Shalom, shalom, Israel, coming back at you with another lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying. First off, giving all praise, all honor, all glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, and all the teachers out there pushing this word in truth with truth and sincerity. May you be of the elect. Shalom to all the Akim and the Aquas out there listening and learning. You Israelites, so-called Negroes, Hispanic, Native, and Seminole Indians, who are the true children of Israel, as well as you speckled bird, Israelite foreigners, the Israelites that look like, act like, and take on the customs of all these heathen nations. So to you, I say shalom, and may you be the elect. This lesson is brought to you by the Spirit and the power of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the true name of our Father, the God of the Bible, the God of the Israelites, Ba Hashem meaning in the name, and Yahweh Shai being the only begotten Son of Yahweh, who the world even calls by the name of JC. All right? In this lesson is be prepared to be tested more and more in faith as things ramp up. Right? And this cannot be expressed enough. Right? It's getting closer and closer to the end. So think of it as knights going out to a battle. Right? So what are the knights going to be doing for the battle? They're going to be preparing. How? Right? They're going to be checking inventory. Right? They're going to make sure they have enough, for their journey. You're gonna make sure you have enough bows, enough arrows, enough swords, enough shields. Right? You got enough artillery. You got, you're checking over all that. And then the moment of the march, everyone's going to be checking each other. If they're policing each other, right, they're going to be checking each other's armor, right, making sure everything is tied, right, tight. There's no chink in the armor. Nothing's loose fitting. Everything in its proper place, right? So same thing with us. It's getting closer and closer to the end, so be prepared for your faith to be tested on all levels, on all fronts. Right? And if you truly are persuaded in your mind, you can't be knocked off your square, so to say. You cannot be swayed no type of way. If you truly dealing with Yahweh Shemel Shai, if your faith is truly rooted, you cannot be swayed no type of way. So again, just know your faith will be tested more and more as things ramp up, because this is going to be the battle. What is going to be that final battle? Let's see if you got what it takes to endure, right, and refuse the mark. Okay, let's see if you can get through that hour of temptation, which the whole world is going to be tried. If you get through that, because your faith was that strong and only given to you to be that strong by Yahweh Shemel Shai. You can't just get it. You can't just have it on your own, just develop it. I've trained for all my life. No. It's got to be given to you. Right? For those that endure, the same shall be saved. Right? But you got to be prepared. Right? Be prepared to be tested more and more. This is Ecclesiastes, also known as the Book of Sirach. Chapter 25, verse 12. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love. Right? Why? Because that's what a father does. He warns. Hey, I love you, children. I'm giving you directions. I'm getting ready to go to work. I want this house in order when I get home. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. Take the trash out. Whatever the case may be. And hey, your brother's in charge. Listen to him. Big brother, you in charge. Do right by them. Okay, daddy, I'm going to do that. Bye, daddy. He gone? He pulled out the driveway? He down the street? Yeah. I'm Big Brother Esau. And y'all niggas gonna do what the fuck I tell you to do. How I tell you to do it. I don't give a fuck what daddy tell me to do. That's Esau. And that's what happened to us. We, Esau helped forward the affliction, man. He did things worse than what we were supposed to have gone through. Okay? But that's the same kind of fear, right? The point being, that's the same kind of fear that child has or is supposed to have towards his daddy. The same fear we're supposed to have towards Yahweh Shemel Shai. Right? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love. Because a daddy gonna tell you, hey, these are my instructions, I'm telling you. And if you don't do these things, you're gonna get your ass whooped. I'm giving you warning. I'm giving you the love. This is what I'm expecting of you. Right? And if you doing that, that means you love me. And I'm love you. But if you do the opposite, right? Or you just say fuck you and you ain't doing it all, I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass. That's any daddy. And that's how he is towards us. And that's the same kind of fear you should have towards Yahweh Shemel Shai. The same fear you have towards your daddy or whoever was beating your ass because they were a real daddy towards you, beating your ass, whooping your ass. Because that's in the scripture. You should be getting your ass whooped. Right? Not in a way that's, beyond, setting an example. You ain't trying to kunta kinte your child, but you are supposed to whoop your child's ass. But anyway, okay, you're supposed to have that type of fear. That's that type of reverence. Same thing with the wife, the woman. She's with a man of the Lord. She's supposed to have that same reverence, that same respect towards her man, and that same fear. Right? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. See that? Because what? Who y'all talking about? Yahweh Shai. Shit. Y'all gonna go through the rest of y'all life believing in them names? Ooh, man, it can't be me though. That can't be me. That's how the people is in the world, man. They don't have no faith. What you talking about? Kingdom? What? Y'all niggas crazy, boy. Shit, I'm still trying to just make it on the block. You know what I'm talking about? That's how these people in the world be, man. They can't see it far off. Right? It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. See? And these people don't have that shit, man. But if you do, right, you gonna be like, come on, man. Right? I made the reference before for those that, are old enough and have played the original Mortal Kombat. After you play so many levels, right, being built up, you get to a point where it says, test your might. And you have to push this motherfucking button as fast and as hard as you can, right, for this character to build up his strength to break this ice block. Otherwise you fail. But after so many, battles or whatever, being built up in the faith, right, your faith is going to be tested. It's no different than someone who's forging steel, forging a sword, right? You got a bing, bing. That's that hammer. Bing, bing. Right? Striking while the iron's hot, right? Bing, bing. Bing, bing. Looking at it. Look for any flaws, any imperfections, right? Smelt it again, right? Or dip it in that oily water or whatever you know the process, right? They're going to be refined. Okay, they're gonna be put through them trials, all right, and then bing, bang, put through the fire again, bang, 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 until that sword is perfect, right? So it's like a fucking piece of glass looking through, right? But anyway, this is Romans 10:17. It says, so then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High. See that? So you can't just have faith on your own. It's got to be given to you. You had to have heard this word and was like, oh, I understand. And when you said, oh, I understand, You didn't understand. You didn't just understand. That was given to you to understand. All right. I got a brother. I gave him Deuteronomy 28:68, right? Talking about how we gonna be brought here on ships, right? And so, and I understood the first time I heard that, I understood immediately in the scriptures like that was about us. Okay, I understood immediately. I told that to my brother. He didn't get it. He even tried to use semantics. What makes you think that was about us, nigga? How many fucking Negroes got put on slave ships and sold in America? Dumbass. Trying to use semantics. Come on, man. All right, and the scriptures never made sense until the men of the Lord taught it to me, and it's like, okay, now it makes sense. Now there's color to this. Now there's 40 dimensions. It's not fucking 8-bit graphic Mario Brothers no more. You know what I'm saying? It ain't fucking Qbert Pitfall fucking Atari. You know? This goddamn it didn't turn into virtual reality once it was taught to me. So again, Romans 10:17. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High. You can't just develop fucking faith. It has to be given to you. And then when it's given to you, you don't take it fucking lightly. You don't take it for granted. In a negative way. You want to take it for granted in a positive way, for sure. Basically meaning like Mario when he gets the star. You want to take that bitch for granted. Fucking shit up. As much as you can, however you can. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is with this. You giving this faith, but then shit, work with it. You got the star right now, my man. All right, go fuck shit up as much as we can, however we can. That's by going out there and teaching His word. And Lord willing, shit, if the Lord might make us mighty men in that day, then we really gonna be Mario with the star, or whatever, or however, whatever the fuck you want to do and be. I got ideas. I seen the movie Brightburn. I want to fucking get down, Lord willing. I seen Godzilla. I want to get down. I played Mario, fucking Mega Man. You know what I'm saying? I seen how Iron Man get down. Magneto, all of them. I want all that shit. All while screaming Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Because without Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, I wouldn't have had them powers. So yeah, I'm gonna be screaming Yahweh Shem. Oh shit. Dragon Ball Z style. Zzz, charged up on their ass. Lord will. Anyway, keep going. 1 Corinthians 16, 13 through 14. It says, watch ye, stand fast in the faith, quit ye like men, be strong. Right? Put off them weak thoughts, man. Right? Not only you should have a kingly mindset, you should be, I'm a god. You should be thinking like a god. You should have the mentality, the mindset right now of seeing all these people that's not Israelites and seeing them as servants. I make my claims on a regular. Sometimes I gotta correct myself because I be out with my fucking wife and shit, and like, god damn, I gotta catch myself because I be like, claim, oh shit, shut up, nigga. Gotta be careful. But that's the mentality you gotta have, because that's what's gonna come. It don't matter what. Look, at the end of the day, even if she has something to say about it, it don't matter. It is what it is. You can feel how you feel. You can think what you want to think. Shit, you can dip. Don't matter. At the end of the day, Isaiah 4:1, right around the motherfucking corner. And if you don't want to get right, you don't want to act right. Hey, all these females right here, all them right there, yeah, they willing to get in line. So you can stop. I ain't gonna cry over one bitch when I got all these bras right here ready to get with it. Get with the program. See? That's what these silly bras don't get. You ain't the prize broad. Sit your ass down. There's gonna be a whole lot of bras that's willing to get with the program that day when you not. Yahushua said, if you give up all this bullshit, all this shit on earth, I'll give you 100-fold. You know what that means? That could be an endless number. It's definitely more than one. She's my queen to be. Man, if you don't sit your one in a million ass, the Lord gonna give us what we want, man. He gonna give you your heart's desire. All you gotta do is hold on and do what he said to do. What's up? You can't put your flesh in subjection for a little bit. Yeah, it's hard, but you gotta try, man. You got knocked down, you don't stay down. You get your ass up and keep going. You in the flesh. Fight, nigga, fight. 1 Corinthians 16, 13 through 14. Watch ye, stand fast in the faith, quit ye like men, be strong. Let all your things be done with charity. See that? But yeah, y'all don't do that. Y'all don't do that at all. So if you ain't got charity, what are you doing? Especially towards them that are for and working for Yahweh Shema Shai. Especially for. You know what I'm saying? Before I even got in Great Millstone. Because I remember hearing Elder Malcolm was saying that they wasn't taking no more people in. And I remember I was crushed, but like, fuck, man, I wanted to get with them, you know. But I got over it, you know, and it was whatever. And I remember going there and meeting them and was thinking to myself, it don't matter that I'm not in Great Millstone. It don't matter at all. What does matter is that I am where the truth is. That's all that matters. Okay? And then lo and behold, Yahweh Shema Shai put me actually in the camp. Why? Because I wasn't there for a fucking frat house party. I wasn't there. Yeah, Great Millstone. You know, I wasn't there for that. I was there to hear the truth, and because I knew that they had the truth, because the Spirit told me that was the truth. You know? And I remember thinking like, shit, if these brothers ask me if these brothers got a dog and the dog take a shit, and they say, hey, you pick that dog shit up. I'm picking the dog shit up. What else you want me to do, brother? Can I hold the sign? Can I read? Can I hold the film? Can I film y'all? I was down to do whatever these brothers told me. Hey, go hit that nigga upside. Nah, I ain't gonna say all that. Right? But for real, I'm down for the brothers because I know these men are working for Yahweh Shema Shai. And that's all I wanted to do was have the truth all my life. And I know that they got it. And I know they dealing with it. And I know Yahweh Shema Shai dealing with them. So guess what? Shit. What these brothers asked me to do, I'm doing it. What they need, here you go. Oh, I'm sorry, I ain't got it, but I'll have it. Lord will, I'll have it for you next time. I'm going to do what I can. Charity, man. Because see, here it is. You don't see that brother as just, you know, who you see him as today. What his name is today. You see him as a spirit in that flesh. And you don't know who that spirit is in the past life. But you do know he's out here doing the work right now. So you do know he was doing it back then. Who is he? Don't know. But he's important. And you better treat him as such. And that's how everybody that's in Great Millstone should look at another brother. You don't know who that is. Are they doing the work of Yahweh Shema Shai? Are they doing things right by Yahweh Shema Shai and in the body? Then leave him alone. Let him do his work. Now, granted, I'm just speaking as a man. The higher ups, they know what they're doing. I'm not up there. All right, the elders, they know what's up. They know who's who and what's what, because you're supposed to know your brother, right? I ain't got no place in that, but I'm just saying, you know, I'm speaking as a man. That's just me, right? But point being, your faith, man, your faith, you gotta be grounded, man. You gotta be straight up rooted, okay? You can't let nobody knock you off your motherfucking square. You are fully persuaded in your mind, okay? So no matter what happens, because things are ramping up, no matter what happens, you should not be moved. All right? Again, 1 Corinthians 16, 13 to 14. Watch ye, stand fast in the faith, stand fast in the faith, stand fast in the faith. All right? 10 toes down for Yahweh Shema Shai. Those that stood stiffly for the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay? Stand fast in the faith. Quit you like men. Be strong. Be strong. He ain't looking for no weak motherfucker, man. Fucking weak ass king. What? Since when have you ever heard of other than the JC name? When have you ever heard of a king being weak? Right? A lot of them, they did their best to rule with an iron thumb. Right? Anyway, verse 14 says, let all your things be done with charity. Right? That's what the Lord wants. Charitable towards us, was he not? So what's the problem? 2 Corinthians 5 and 7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. See that? And that's the whole point. Because we walk by faith and not by sight, again, be prepared for things to ramp up. And it's all to build you up for that day. All right? Another, you want to know a good way to condition yourself? This, again, speaking as a man, this is just what I do. I mentally prepare myself for things. I'll make scenarios in my head. Like, you know, very, very vivid detail stuff. You know? And Lord willing, that spirit stay within me should those things ever occur. Because right now, hey, whatever Esau throw at me, hey, call Allah in like Yahweh Shemel Shai. Because at the end of the day, that's what Yahweh Shemel Shai willed to happen. He wanted that to happen. That's why he sanctioned for you to do this or do that. You know? Or somebody, you know, whatever, somebody around me might, you know, have to get deleted. Or even myself. Hey, call Halayim like Yahweh Shemel Shai. Let the Lord's will be done. The fuck? I'm pro Yahweh Shemel Shai. No matter where I sit at the end of the day. And that's the mentality you should be in. If you for, you know, for y'all that say plain title God, if you for God, right? Then no matter what he says or what he does, and to who, you should be for it. Plain and simple. Anyway, that's the point, man. Your faith should be that strong, and be prepared for it to be tested more and more and more. Lord willing, this is edifying, giving all praise, all honor, all glories to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rechah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, now the bishops, the great millstone, and all the teachers out there pushing this word in truth with truth and sincerity. May you be of the elect. Y'all better stay prayed up, man, and repent. Not just for this lifetime, but your past lives as well. Abba Bal Kwam Yasharallah. Shalom.